Alright guys, I thought you'd like this one. This one is on previewing security at the Wells Fargo Center Xfinity Live, where the Democratic National Convention will be held in Philadelphia. And this is actually quite amazing. First things I'm going to go through real quick are just the highlights before I go into the pictures and the video on it. So, the Wells Fargo Center Xfinity Live to be inside the DNC security perimeter. Basically, the highlights are there's 4 massive Bernie rallies approved for the DNC. Philly DNC will be a contested convention, says Sanders. You can meet the organizers behind the planned DNC protests. And DNC protests sell out and jail grounds. So there's going to be massive protests, massive demonstrations here, folks. It's going to be nearly impossible to do anything, and I can imagine with what's going on in the world, there isn't going to be one cop that, is going to be off his beat that night. I heard someone like Idaho had already pulled 50 police officers for fear for their lives or their livelihoods or their personal safety or something like that. And that was several weeks ago. So this is an actual situation coming from the NBC10.com, NBCPhiladelphia.com. 2016 Democratic National Convention, Wells Fargo Center Xfinity Live to be inside the DNC security perimeter. I'll show you the video at the end. Security at the sports complex during the DNC or Democratic National Convention next month will include no scaling fences to include the Wells Fargo Center Xfinity Live. Secret Service special agent in charge of the interview said Thursday. But exact boundaries of the security perimeter around the sports arena where the convention will take place July 25 through 28 are not yet finalized. And the name of the person here is Special Agent James Henry, told NBC 10. So oddly enough, they've named the special agent in charge of this. The agent's name is Secret Service Special Agent James Henry, and he actually spoke out at NBC10.com. Basically said, we're not quite there yet to talk about the perimeter yet. We're probably a couple weeks away from finalizing that with special enclosures or, etc., etc., etc. For a second time in less than a year, Philadelphia is playing host to an event that brings the destination of a National Special Security Event, NSSE. The first one, ladies and gentlemen, was when the Pope was there. And basically says the first one was when after Pope Francis left town, so that was the first one. And there's been 20 subcommittees examining, among other things, the infrastructure, transportation, security, crowd management, and involved dozens of government agencies. So Henry, who was the Secret Service second in command for the Papal visit, said that he could not speculate about the size of the protests in the area surrounding the Wells Fargo Center. But basically, FDR Park, which is across from the South Broad Street in the area, has been designed a protest zone by the city pro-Bernie supporters, or protesters, I apologize, have secured permits to demonstrate from Sunday through Thursday of the DNC week. In applying for those permits, protest organizers estimate 30,000 people could take part. That's a lot of people, folks, especially within a week. So basically, he goes on and says, we don't generally give estimates or speculate on how many people are going to show up to a particular protest. That's not what we do, Henry said. FDR Park will be outside of the security perimeter. But he added that without going into specifics, the perimeter will not be any bigger than it needs to be. It's still a little bit of flux, he said. Not unlike the Papal visit, the perimeter was in a state of flux for really up to a couple of weeks, if not even closer to the event before it was firmed up.
Now to an NBC 10 exclusive. Today we learned new details about what everyone can expect next month's convention. We know there are protesters Bernie Sanders in Philadelphia. There will be road closures. NBC 10 Lauren Make for an exclusive interview with the local head of the Secret Service covering the DNC. She joins us now. Lauren, how impact their lives?
Yeah, Jacqueline, we wanted to know how this will affect you if you're not going to the convention. What we found is that this will not impact neighborhoods the way the Pope's visit did, but it will affect getting around the convention.
Sports hub, soon to become a political one. The Democratic National Convention taking over Wells Fargo Center. At the Philadelphia office of the U.S. Secret Service, we sat down with Special Agent in Charge James Henry.
What is it going to mean for people in terms of their daily routine?
Well, I think all is now judged by the Papal visit from September of last year, and this is not the Papal visit. This is much smaller in scope.
That one happened in Center City. There's more open space here, but there will be restrictions. The Secret Service tells us
That's it. You can imagine it's going to be a big situation. And I'm going to Bing in real quick, or Bing search if you will. To you. This is about the only image I can find under the DNC Wells Fargo Center search. As you can see from the other images, this is of the Wells Fargo Center. There it is right there. It was an overview. And it looks like these are supposedly the fences in place over the center. Now, oddly enough, a couple bolt cutters, I think, and you can get through that fence real quick. But if you look on the other side, there's a lot of metal meshing and Constantine wire. And that's going to be an amazing thing to see. So it'll be interesting to see what does and does not happen at this Democratic National Convention, because the security at the Wells Fargo Center is going to be insane. I know that they're going to say it's a light event and it's not going to be a big deal. And you know what that tells me? That tells me, one, they already have things set up, and two, if it does go wrong, it goes wrong, and that's kind of what I'm getting from this. So just the fact that the parks in the area are already filled up to capacity with protesters means that there's going to be some big things going on. Bernie wants a contested convention. There's 4 marches that are supposedly scheduled, and over 30,000 protesters alone that are already signed up, or at least that was the figure when this story broke. So this is going to be a big deal, folks. Now, I highly doubt nothing or anything major will happen except for, some bloody noses, maybe a broken arm or something. But I mean, this is Bernie or broke, folks. And everybody's saying, it's gonna be something to watch. And if you can get in the crowds or get on the inside of that Wells Fargo Center, this is gonna be a convention you'll want to be at, folks. Thank you.